knowing of my true plan to spread the Hercules method to the whole human race, and they also knew that I have killed more than one of their kind already. They all decided to unbound themselves, and then I could feel Cain's powers erupt from him, and it felt like ki energy. A energy I knew well, and I said, interesting, Cain may be a worthy opponent after all, and so I waited for Cain and the rest of the bound in a place outside of town, and my wife decided to come with me this time because even I knew what the bound had planned for me. They wanted to bound me, and if they couldn't bound me, then they would do whatever it takes to kill me. But even if Cain did train to use ki energy, it won't matter because I have achieved a power greater than Ultra Instinct, and it's called Master of All Instinct, and I also have Absolute Instinct. And then eventually even my brother Francois Gaultier showed up, and then all of the bound surrounded me and my wife along with my brother, and then Cain said, good, you're all here. And then I said, I'm not an insane psychotic murderer like the rest of you, and I won't be bound for all eternity just because you deemed it necessary, Cain. And then I saw them, Samson, Delilah, the Binder, Abel, Shoka Zulu, Miyamoto Musashi, and then I asked Musashi, really Musashi, I thought you didn't want to kill me, and then he said, well, I think I might have to now, and then I said, no you don't, and then Cain said, enough, you're coming with us and you can't be allowed to share that book with the world. And then I stood on my feet and I powered up my massive mortal ki energy surrounding myself in a bright white aura, and then I said, I can do whatever I want because I am the king amongst all of you, and today is the day that I prove it. Now come and taste your own blood. And then all of the bound rushed at me and I smirked, then I instantly powered up to Ultra Instinct and I blew them all away. Flashback memory. I learned all the powers of the Ultra Instinct after I connected to the Beyonder realm, and I even obtained the powers of the One Above All, and I absorbed his powers along with the Beyonders using my own unique powers. I absorbed all their powers, and after I absorbed all the Beyonders' powers and the powers of the One Above All, I simply gave myself all the knowledge to use ki energy, and then I trained in my own version of the hyperbolic time chamber for billions of years, and I even turned off my invincibility for this fight with the bound to make it more fair and interesting. I even trained my wife Cynthia, and I also trained my brother Francois Gaultier so they could help me in this fight. And then I said, you're all fools, you are all dealing with powers you barely understand, you're all like children playing with the sun, none of you deserve this power, Cain, because you all used it for your own selfish reasons, and I want to give this power to the entire world just to see what they do with it. And then Cain said, you can't do that, you don't know what will happen, the human race can't be trusted and they are all selfish in their own ways. And then I said, heavy to he who wears the crown, and I also said, if that does happen, you fool, I will simply take away the memories of their powers. Unlike all of you, I am a genius, but I want to give them a chance to redeem themselves in my eyes, and I want to show them what could be. And then my eyes pupils turned blood red, and then I said, I see everything so clearly because I read that book, and in my meat vision I could see the weaknesses of every one of the bound. And then I said, you are all weak and pathetic, and you don't deserve the powers you have been given, and if you all continue I will be forced to kill you all, and I don't want that. And it's not a threat, it's a promise that I will kill all of you if you continue to fight me, because I'm not even using my full power. And then Cain looked at me surprised and he said, interesting, so this isn't your full powers? And then I laughed like a true villain and I said, no it's not, it's only the beginning of your worst nightmare. And then I raised my finger and I shot a ki energy blast at Abel, killing him instantly. And then Cain said, no that's impossible, and he said, we are supposed to be protected. And then I said, you're supposed to be protected by God, you mean? And then I said something very interesting to Cain. I said to Cain, I met God in the afterlife and I talked to him, and do you know what he told me? That you and people like you are not worthy to be alive in the mortal world. He wants you all gone, and he told me that if all of you came to kill me or bound me, then I have every right to defend myself, even if that means killing all of you permanently. And then I said, your brother Abel won't get back up this time because I destroyed all his organs. And then Cain looked at me with absolute hatred and anger and he said, I'm going to fucking kill you. Then I said, now that's no way for a Christian man of God to talk. And then Cain gave the signal to Samson and the others to fight me.